My name is Glenn Hahn. I'm an EM3 electrician. Oh, we were ready to get home. In fact, it was I think about the end of August that we were coming home. Well, I was getting ready to get married. I was taking leave in December and coming home getting married, so I was anxious to get home. Yeah, we pulled back into Long Beach, but there was nobody there to greet me. Yeah, my folks and fiance and everybody's still back here in Pennsylvania. So it was pretty much, I'm glad to get home, goodbye, I'm back. And, well, a couple of buddies of mine, we set out and rented an apartment so we could live off the boat, So that was how we kind of managed our lives after we got back. Well, I went to a school in San Diego for a couple of weeks, a projection school. Well, we worked on, basically it was still a real projector with 16 millimeter, and we took it apart and replaced parts and things like that. But we were also responsible for showing the cruise movies, picking them up, taking them back, and showing, like I said, it would be 2 movies a night, the officers and the crew. We showed the crew movie down on the mess decks. So that was pretty much our responsibility. But by the time I got back, I was basically ready to get out. I got out in February. I'm sure that was one of the processes, if you would, was to try and get you to re-up, if you would, by the time you got out. But I was scheduled to get out in May. That would have been in '73. And then they came up to me and gave me an early out, what they call an early out, in February. So I took that and pretty much went home. In fact, I know that the guys that I flew with, first thing we did when we got off the plane was had to go in the men's room and change out of our uniforms because people would heckle you and spit on you. So that was just a terrible time, but that's the way it was at that time. Thank God it's different now. You couldn't believe it 50 years ago. It's a different mentality now. Well, got married, like I said, and that married in December, and then got out and, of course, looked for a job. I had a couple of places, and I worked for an outfit for about 18 years till they closed down. So that was pretty much, it was the mentality. You get back out of the service, now you got to find something to do, and thankfully there were jobs to be had at that time.